Who want one last trip to the long trail?
It's been a tough couple of weeks for Tekken, but it seems like it's going to get better. They released their new update and players are liking it more than they actually thought they would. Now, this is very early at the time of me making this video and things could change pretty rapidly over the course of the next couple of hours, but as it's looking right now, players are kind of happy. Of course, this patch doesn't fix everything, but it fixed more things than we were expecting. You know, the wall stagger change is pretty big, but just playing the game for a little bit, you can already feel the difference with them removing some of that stuff. And if they keep doing this, it's going to get so much better. Now, one thing that I predicted, and I'm surprised to see that it came true, is the developers apologizing because we saw the apology from the Tekken team, but that's the thing. We really don't communicate with the Tekken team. The people that we talk to all the time is Michael Murray, Harada, and now Nakatsu is lumped into it, right? And yes, we got the apology from the individual like Tekken accounts, but I thought it would be so good if we could get an apology and just a acknowledgement out of the developers themselves. Because you know, when you talk about season 2 and what made the players so upset, you could talk about Michael Murray blocking people, you could talk about Harada giving rude responses, and then you talk about Nakatsu, people feeling like he was corrupting the game with like Soul Calibur and whatnot. So I just felt like those individual developers, you know, kind of acknowledging all of it and just trying to get past it, it would just help so much. And we actually have that here. 2 tweets from the developers that I want to break down. We also have the Twitter story that I want to read. But the first thing that I'll start off is a update to the patch notes. This comes from the official Tekken account 2 hours after the patch went live. They say, we have confirmed the following issues in Tekken 8. During matches between Eddie and Nina, Eddie may move in front of his opponents immediately after the start of the match. This is that teleport glitch that we talked about. I think I made a short about it. You guys could go watch that if you need like a visual idea of what's happening here. But he says, we are investigating the cause and will update you as soon as we have further information. Now, this is something that they also promised the players is to make continuous updates. We know we have the next one in May, but I wonder how rapidly will they try to put this game back on path, because with season 1 we had to sit and wait months without nothing, but with the game in such bad shape, you have to wonder if they will put out these things as soon as they figure it out, as soon as they do something. Oh, we got this thing ready, let's boom update the game. Oh, we got this next thing ready, boom update the game. Because if you think about what they did for season 2, they saved all those 1,500 changes over the course of like months. They've been working on that and they dropped it all at once. But now what we'll probably see is like what they're doing now, where it's just quick continuous update. But I want to see, especially when tournaments start, how quick will those updates be, because some people don't want the updates to collide with tournaments, but also I think the game is in a state to where that's kind of possible. Now, when you talk about the community story, it says Tekken 8 Season 2 community reacts to the emergency patch. The Tekken 8 community has been actively discussing the Season 2 patch, which was introduced as an emergency update to tackle balance issues and critical gameplay problems. This patch has led to server maintenance, temporarily disabling online play. This is all normal. And it says community reactions are mixed. Some players are pleased with the adjustments to mechanics like wall stagger and heat engagement, viewing them as a step towards better game balance. Myself included. I did a little bit of playing around with the new update and I like it. Of course, there's more to do, but this is a good first step. It says, however, there's consensus that while the patch is a positive move, it does not completely solve all the game's problems. Fans looking forward to future updates with particular anticipation for the May patch. The developers have apologized for the initial shortcomings of Season 2 and have committed to continuous improvements based on player feedback. And this is the thing, right? We'll talk about the apologies in just a moment, but players really are skeptical of what comes next. And I think rightfully so. The players have been burned by Tekken 8 multiple times, from the monetization side, from the DLC side, to the balancing side. They have to do a lot to make the players feel comfortable, happy, and at home once more. First, let's talk about the response from Nakatsu. You know, when Season 2 first came out, he said, enjoy. Season 2 is out, enjoy. And then, you know, within a couple of hours, his responses was lit up with angry Tekken players. Now his response says, to all the Tekken fans around the world, thank you. as always, for your continued support. I would like to offer my heartfelt apologies as the game director for the fact that the recently released Season 2 did not meet your expectations and caused inconvenience due to critical issues. Now, there's more to this tweet, but the fact that he is like, saying like, I am the game director, this is kind of what players were, upset about as well. Is like, we felt like Harada and Michael Murray was leading us astray, and really Nakatsu was the one in charge. And now he is saying like, yeah, like, this is on me. This is what I do. And also, you do just have to highlight once more how getting an apology out of a Japanese developer, it's crazy, bro. Like, it just means a different thing. Like, if you know how important apologies are in Japanese culture. So getting this out of these guys is a lot, right? But to continue, it says, we take all your feedback and comments very seriously. The entire team is working together with full commitment to resolve these problems and deliver a better gameplay experience. We will continue to make steady, meaningful improvements one by one and do our utmost to regain your trust. That's crazy. They really know, bro. They seen it, the review bomb, the boycotts, they seen it all. They know they have to do so much to bring the players back. Now, when you talk about the big bad wolf of them all, Michael Murray. Michael Murray, his reputation has long been tarnished, and I don't say that proudly. I remember the days when Michael Murray used to respond to players, and it used to be a pleasant experience. Seeing that whole process of it devolve into chaos, and everyone hates Michael Murray. Like, it wasn't always like that, bro. At one point in time, he was just as respected as Harada. And I would like to see him recover that. And also Nakatsu join them as well. But there's a lot of work to be done before that happens. His response to this says, here's the patch notes. This is just the first step in many changes to correct the balance of the game. Sincere apologies and thank you for your patience as we deal with these issues. I will continue monitoring your community posts for constructive feedback. Constructive. You can still see a little hints of Michael Murray in there. you know, we appreciate it, Michael Murray. We appreciate it. We know Tekken fans can be diabolical. We know Tekken fans can be little monsters. Also, the acknowledgement that this update is not the best and, there is a lack of trust now. That's all just really good. It's not good that that stuff exists, but it's good that they're aware of it. It's good that they're, taking it head on and they know that they just have to make a good game. That's the only way back, is to just make a good game, deliver a fire update, and just make Tekken what we all know it can be. And this is what the saddest thing about Tekken 8 is and was, is that we know how legendary of a franchise this game is. The reason why people return to Tekken 5, 6, TAC 2 is because they how the game is supposed to play. They know how the game makes them feel, and Tekken 8 just isn't delivering that. It's been pushed so far to where it feels like a different game entirely, and the fact that the developers are realizing that, are understanding that, and they're working to make it how it should be, is great. It sucks that this had to happen, but